Hi, I'm Jeff Howerton, and this is Lean Personal Training in Nashville, Tennessee. I'd like to provide a quick word to you about a common muscle impairment that many of our people have a challenge with, and that is those of tight pecs and rounded shoulders. For many of us, we wake up in the morning, we eat breakfast just like this, we drive in our cars just like this, we sit at a desk like this, and go home and sit on the couch like this. So, it's no wonder that at the end of our day, we have short pectoral muscles, rounded shoulders, weak upper back. All the muscles that pull those shoulders back are just weak and not very present, while the muscles in the front are really tight and dominant. So, with this position, of course, this leads us to shoulder pain and possibly eventually back pain and just a terrible posture overall. So what we can do to offset some of that is to actually learn to stretch the pec muscles and strengthen the muscles in the back of the shoulders. A very simple pec stretch is just a static pectoral stretch that involves putting your elbow next to a wall or beam, something like that, and rotating your body around so that you've got a big stretch through the chest there. You can do that on both sides. Hold it for as long as 30 seconds. Do that over and over. You're not going to see a dramatic change right off the bat, but if you keep practicing that over and over, you will notice a difference, and hopefully you'll integrate some better posture while you're doing those things that I described that tend to pull us forward. Now, as far as strengthening the other side, we can take something like a tube, and using the same idea that we had in our back row video, take the tube with wrist and elbows in alignment there, and pull back and forward just like that, making sure that when you're pulling, you keep this all in alignment, which rotates the shoulder around, keeping the chest held high, and back and forth just like that. One thing we want to make sure when you're doing that we don't have this position, or rather that position. As we pull, if this muscle is tight, which we're just going to consider it is right now, if it is tight, it's going to actually want to pull that shoulder over. So you have to work really hard to keep the chest high. It may even be that you find you don't necessarily get a lot of range of motion to begin with if you keep all this uncompromised. You may just have a smaller range of motion, but performing these muscle movements in a posterior direction behind you, and then following it with stretches for your chest will eventually allow you more range of motion and reduce the likelihood that you would end up with any type of shoulder injury. So it's very important to maintain muscle balance. When you're exercising with bigger muscle groups, remember, chest and back are important. You have to do them all, but make sure you also give attention to all the movements that rotate the shoulder around so we're balanced on both sides of the body. This is Jeff Howerton with Lean Personal Training, www.leannashville.com, 615-279-1900.